My phone buzzed at 2:47 a.m., and 43 seconds later, my world was gone. Emma, my fiancée, slept beside me, breathing steady, her hand on my chest. The message was from David, my best man. "I'm sorry. You need to see this video file." I took the phone to the bathroom, shut the door, and hit play. Grainy footage through a hotel window. The Riverside Hotel where Emma insisted on spending her last night of freedom. She was in the frame. She wasn't alone. A man, kissing, hands in hair, familiarity that only months can teach. He turned, and the light caught his face. Michael, my brother. Not a stranger, not a co-worker. My older brother, married with 2 kids, the one with the corner office and the perfect life. The one my parents still compared me to. The timestamp said 10:03 p.m., 3 hours after the rehearsal dinner, after Emma kissed me goodnight and whispered, "I can't wait to be your wife." I watched it again, and again. Each pass added a new cut. Her laugh, the way his wedding ring glinted on her back, the practiced way they moved. My phone buzzed. "I'm outside." "Let me in." David stood on my porch under the cold November light, face gray. "I didn't know for sure until tonight," he said. "A month ago I saw them too close at a coffee shop." I told myself I was imagining it. But at dinner tonight, the way they avoided eye contact. I followed her to the hotel. Michael's car was there for over 2 hours. I sat on the steps. The cold bit through my shirt, and I didn't feel it. "How long?" I asked. "I don't know," David said. "Maybe since the engagement party." At 6 a.m., the congratulations texts started arriving. My mother, my sister, and then Emma. "Good morning, future husband. 9 hours until I'm your wife. I love you so much." I stared at that message and typed, "I love you too. See you at the altar."
Then I turned to David. "I need your help."
Morning of the wedding. I moved through the morning on autopilot. Shower, shave, the tux Emma chose because you need to look perfect. My dad called. "Proud of you, son?" he said. "Emma sees who you are." I had to hang up before my voice cracked. David picked me up at noon. We drove in silence to the Ashford estate. Stone, ivy, string lights waiting for night. Emma's dream. "You can still change your mind," David murmured. "I already decided." I found the venue coordinator. "Need to check the AV. Emma worked hard on the slideshow." In 5 minutes, my edited file was loaded to every screen, the large display behind the ceremony space and the monitors around the grounds. Tested. Ready. At 1:15, Michael walked into the groom's suite as if nothing was wrong. He clapped my shoulder. "Big day, little brother. Emma's special. You're lucky." "Yeah," I said. "I know exactly how special." At 2:55, we lined up. 200 faces. My mother in tears. Emma's father proud. Patricia, Michael's wife, in blue beside their kids. Sophie, the flower girl. Marcus, the ring bearer. They had no idea. The quartet played. Bridesmaids in dusty rows. Petals scattered, rings carried. The music changed. Everyone stood. Emma appeared. Ivory lace, hair swept up with white flowers, eyes locked on mine. She was stunning. She looked like everything I ever wanted, and like a lie wrapped in silk. Her father lifted the veil, kissed her cheek, placed her hand in mine. Her fingers were ice. "Marriage is built on trust," the officiant said, voice warm. "On choosing to forsake all others." Emma's grip tightened. Beyond her shoulder, Michael kept his face neutral. Our eyes met for half a second. Then, "James and Emma have written their own vows. James, would you like to begin?" I let go of her hands and reached into my jacket. She smiled, expecting paper. I pulled out a small remote. "Before vows," I said, every speaker catching my voice, "there's something everyone needs to see." "James?" she whispered. What are you? I pressed the button. The reveal. Every screen in the venue lit up at once. Emma in the hotel window. Emma with a man. Emma kissing him. Timestamp. Last night, 10:03 p.m. Gasps broke like glass. The quartet stopped mid-note. Someone screamed. Emma's mother. I watched Emma. Color drained from her face. Her hands dropped. This isn't, she stammered. Isn't what? I said, quiet but amplified. Because it looks like you spent last night with another man. The night before our wedding. My mother sobbed. Murmurs rose. I turned to Michael. He'd gone gray. Want to tell everyone who he is? I asked Emma. Or should I? Mascara streaked. Please, not like this. Not publicly? Like our vows? My voice hardened. While you've been sleeping with my brother for months? The word brother detonated through the crowd. Patricia's what? Tore the air. Michael stepped forward. James, I can explain. Don't you dare. I faced the guests. I found out at 2:47 a.m., I said. My best man sent me this video. If Emma could lie to me in front of all of you, then all of you deserve the truth. How long? I asked Emma. She broke. Before she could speak, Michael said, hollow, 6 months. It started at the engagement party. Patricia launched at him, fists flying. Groomsmen pulled her away. The kids cried. Emma reached for me. I stepped back. You don't cheat on someone you love with their family, I said. It wasn't supposed to be like this, she sobbed. Just a few times before the wedding, then we'd stop. Normal. You thought you could do that and then marry me? The feelings, she started. I looked at Michael. So it's not just sex. You're in love with her. He couldn't hold my gaze. Are you in love with her? Yes, he shouted. I am. And she. And you were going to stand beside me today anyway. He had no answer. The crowd dissolved into chaos. Shouts, sobs, restraining hands. Then a single voice, calm and clear, cut through everything. I knew. We all turned. Patricia stood in the front row, no longer crying. I knew about the affair, she said evenly. 4 months. Michael stared. Patricia, what are you talking about? You got sloppy. Left your phone unlocked. I saw the I love yous, the hotel receipts she faced me. I could have confronted him quietly, filed for divorce. But where's the justice in that? My mouth was dry. You knew and let this happen? Oh, James, she almost smiled. I didn't let it happen. I made it happen. She pulled up a text thread and showed me her phone. With David. Patricia. He needs to know before the wedding. Can you follow her tonight? David. He's my best friend. Patricia. And your best friend is being destroyed. Do you want him to marry a lie? My stomach dropped. David? He couldn't meet my eyes. She showed me proof weeks ago. I thought you deserved the truth. I told him exactly when and where to stand, Patricia continued, suggested sending the video at 2:47 a.m. so you'd be alone and forced to decide. I wanted everyone to see who they really are. You used me, I said, weaponized me. I gave you information, she said. You chose what to do with it. I didn't press that remote. Emma stared, stunned. You planned this discovery. You engineered his pain. I planned the reveal of the truth, Patricia said. The rest was human nature. I knew if James found out, he wouldn't go through with the wedding. I hoped he'd make it public. I didn't know he would, but I knew he might. I looked at David. You lied. You made it sound like you stumbled on this. The affair was real, he said, voice breaking. I thought I was doing the right thing. I felt suddenly outside my own body. Cheating, lies, and now manipulation stacked on top. No heroes, only casualties. I need to leave, I said. Fallout. I walked off the aisle and didn't stop until the parking lot. David followed. Don't, I said. Just don't. You had a right to know. I did, I said. But you and Patricia aimed me. You timed the hit. You turned my pain into your plan. You still made the choice. Maybe, I said. Or maybe Patricia knew exactly what I'd do at 2:47 a.m. after watching that video alone. I went home, to the apartment stacked with wedding gifts. I sat in silence until midnight. My father knocked. Your mother's worried, he said. He looked older. Michael, Emma, Patricia, I don't know where to put all this. Did you know? I asked. No. He swallowed. Michael's my son, but what he did is unforgivable. And Patricia, I understand her pain, using you like that. I let myself be used, I said. I pressed the button. Kids saw their father fall apart. That's on me, too. In the weeks after, the pieces fell. Patricia filed for divorce with a folder of evidence. She got custody. Michael took leave from work. Emma resigned before HR could act. They tried being together. Without the thrill of secrecy, it withered in 6 weeks. I started therapy. Dr. Chen asked, if you'd known Patricia was orchestrating, would you have done it differently? I don't know, I said. That's what scares me. Months later, I ran into Patricia at a coffee shop. You still hate me, she said. I'm still processing you. For what it's worth, I'm sorry for using you, she said. But if I'd exposed them myself, I'd be the jealous wife. You were the one people would believe. You could have left quietly. I could have, she said. But quiet wasn't justice. I wasn't sure if we were enemies or co-conspirators or both. Time did what time does. Michael moved to Boston, Emma to Denver. They don't speak. David and I are rebuilding something that isn't quite friendship yet. I started seeing Sarah, a therapist I met in the park. She knows the whole story and didn't run. Do you regret it? She asked. I regret that it happened, I said. I'm not sure I regret how I handled it. I've learned a few things. Betrayal has layers. Lies can arrive wrapped in honesty. Revenge, even the righteous kind, scars everyone. There are no clean endings, just choices and their costs. Emma and Michael chose each other. It cost them everything. Patricia chose revenge, disguised as revelation. David chose a cause over honesty. I chose public truth. Maybe because someone loaded the gun and put it in my hand. But I pulled the trigger. And I'm still here. Learning to trust again. To hope again. To believe that not everyone is a liar or a strategist. If you've listened this far, I'm curious. Was I right to show the video? Was Patricia justified in orchestrating the reveal? What would you have done? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you've lived through something like this, betrayed, betrayer, or the person in the blast radius, share what you learned. It might help someone else survive their own 2:47 a.m. If you want more messy, complicated, brutally honest stories, subscribe. Because life isn't simple, and neither are these choices. Until next time.